Guys, it's your girl Tina. I want to go ahead and shout out Nick Wong. Nick has sent me this story and it's coming from our second favorite state, trifling ass Texas. So what's going on now in Texas, you ask? What's going on is that basically there's a situation that's going on with this 10th grade girl. Her name is Ixel Perez. It happened at Sam Houston High School. So this video has gone viral, but what I've noticed is that the video is only showing like a 32-second clip. And in that 32-second clip, you see 3 police officers pinning down this 10th grade girl all over her cell phone. That's how it's being spun all over Facebook. So a lot of folks are mad and they're like, F the police, and they're just brutal and they're crazy and da-da-da-da. Well, have no fear. TT did her own investigation and I found the full news clip, okay? So what I want you guys to do is watch this news story and then I will come back with the rest of my commentary.
Students' take on what happened just before she was wrestled to the ground by 3 police officers inside Sam Houston High.
Our Kevin Reese has the teen side of the story.
The video captures the screams of Ixel Perez. She's pinned to the hallway floor of Sam Houston High School. One officer handcuffing her, the other has his knee on her head.
It was embarrassing.
This is Perez today, all 4'10", 70 pounds of her. Outside the school, she says she will not attend anymore.
I don't want to give up my phone.
The 10th grader admits it was all about her cell phone. She was using it in class and that's not allowed. The teacher sent her into the hallway where the assistant principal demanded she give up the phone.
She asked me for the phone and I didn't want to give it to her because I was scared. I ended up walking downstairs trying to get away from the AP and then she had already caught the cops.
And when those HISD cops arrived, she refused to give them the phone either.
He grabbed my hand. One of them was right here and the other one grabbed my hand and I didn't want to let go of my phone because I was on the phone with Mom.
That's when another student using his cell phone captured the end of the altercation. Friends and family of the student protested in front of the high school this morning, demanding an HISD investigation.
Because we all know it was wrong. It doesn't take 3 cops to take down one teenage girl, especially a 70-pound teenage girl.
But HISD would only respond today with a brief written statement saying that the safety of our students is an absolute top priority and that the HISD Police Department and the school's administration are continuing their investigations of what led to the detainment of a female student.
I wasn't even running. I wasn't doing anything just because I wouldn't give him my phone.
Now protesters have joined her in asking the question, is refusal to give up a cell phone worthy of this? Kevin Reese, KHOU 11 News.
Alright, so you guys just watched the full news clip, and what do we have here? Looky, looky. The girl's not as innocent as a lot of people were proclaiming her to be. First of all, this girl to me was all the way in the wrong. They're allowed to have cell phones at their school, like most schools are, but they're not allowed to use them in the classroom. So once she got caught using her cell phone in the classroom, she should have given the cell phone to the teacher and got it back at the end of the day, like most students. But instead, she decided to talk back, snap on the teacher, refused to give the teacher the cell phone. The teacher sent her over to the assistant principal's office, and then instead of her respecting her elders and respecting school authorities, she wants to start arguing with him, refuses to give him the cell phone. You know, it's just ridiculous. This is something that she could have controlled, but she allowed this situation to go out of control. To me, the school did not need to necessarily call the police because at the end of the day, this was not a crime. This is more of a disciplinary problem. But like I always say on my channel, for every action, there's a reaction, and you can't dictate how other people react to certain situations. Some school principals would have been like, you know what, you're suspended, let your parents come and get you and deal with your bratty ass. Unfortunately for her, her school principal was like, you know what, fuck it, we gonna call the police and then they can deal with you. You know, to me, it was not worth it for her parents and for her father to be making excuses for her behavior and just strictly blame the police. Now, do they need 3 police officers on top of a 10th grader who weighs 90 pounds? No, I think 1 police officer could have just snatched the phone out of her hand and that would have sufficed. But for her to be screaming and trying to call her mom and everything else, I think it's bullshit. And I always find it funny that when it's a female or somebody else of another race, people tend to be more, you know, lenient and make excuses. If this was Lakeisha acting like that, if this was Raheem acting like that, the comment section would have been totally different. Folks would have made sure that they watched the full video to find out what happened. There would have been no benefit of the doubt if this was a Lakeisha or Raheem. But because it's Ixel Perez, all of a sudden there were all these excuses and everything was on the police. But when it's black kids, it's always on those black kids. It's always their fault. You know, there's never no gray line. I just feel like this girl, you know what I'm saying, she's not innocent as she's proclaiming. And I understand she's upset and she's crying and everything else. But your tears are bullshit because you put yourself in that that situation. You could have handled it better by giving up your cell phone. You knew the rules at the school that you could have your cell phone, but you're not to use it in class. You know, and that's the problem now. You have too many students out here who are disrupting the learning environment, and they make it all about them. While other kids are trying to learn and pay attention to the teacher, your ass is on your cell phone. Why? You know, I just find that ridiculous. So now they've turned this into a whole racial issue, and the parents are trying to boycott and everything else. But what I see is a really spoiled girl who's acting a little bit too grown for her age. And I can tell she's spoiled and she acts too grown just for the fact that she has her ears stretched. So it seems like she kind of just runs her parents and does what she wants to do. So you might be able to run your parents at home and do what you want to do and get piercings and all that at 15. But the thing is, you don't run anybody else. You're not running your principal. You're not running your teachers. You damn sure ain't running the police. So hopefully she learned her lesson. And I'm not saying that she deserved to get jumped by 3 police officers. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that this girl's not innocent. And I'm tired of folks spinning this story all across Facebook like she just got jumped by 3 police officers for absolutely no reason, when everything that happened in this story was based on her reactions, and she let this get out of control. Because like I said, all this could have been prevented in the classroom had she given her teacher her cell phone and then went back to get it after school, or once the, you know, the bell rang, or once the class was over. But because she wanted to be a smart ass and talk back and, you know, get kicked out the classroom, she thought that she was running them, and she found out pretty quickly that she wasn't running shit. So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire trifling story that's once again coming from our second favorite state, trifling ass Texas. So let me know your thoughts. Do you feel like the police are all the way at fault in this situation, or do you feel like this young girl also bears some of the responsibility as far as what happened to her as well? So go ahead and leave a comment. All right, deuces.